Oh. It smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. Label says distilled. Pile of nasal sprays. Nosped Ultra. Oh, that's what we've been using.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Uh-huh.
Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with Acele Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent!
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole!
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
He angrily spits on a screw and starts cleaning it?
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there were the worst kind.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
You might be laying this on a bit thick. Are you sure they're so bad?
They're spooky.
What do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more about it.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
What's the status of the church? I haven't been inside yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
Thank you.
All right.
Reaction speed. Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies toward you. Let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person. Oh wait, we solved this, right? It's not hurting me? Okay. And I can't change clothes, unfortunately. Alright, let's try it.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Did I pass? I thought I failed. Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your eyes.
And I curse at the guy and call him an asshole for being in pain.
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better.
I'm sorry. Bend your face in mockery of his useless contrition. You almost eye murdered me.
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
Pulls out some black pepper from his belt pack.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
Well, that's the least you could do. Take the money. Sure.
I hope that settles it. Or wait. The key?
He cautiously hands you the yellow keyring. I failed and it was fine. I got money out of it.
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
I'm not mad at you at all.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
And how can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Oh my god.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
He looks at his friend with an expression of profound understanding. Sounds like nonsense.
You're right. It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop to be. Has a nice ring to it. Smart cop. You wouldn't want to be stupid cop, now would you? But still, maybe he's just sucking up to you.
You can stop buttering me up now, thank you.
Oh, okay. I won't do that anymore.
He nods his bleached spiked head. Other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
Continue.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Maybe this is the cryptographer we're looking for?
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Well, if it's a woman, maybe it's the drug dealer. What is this about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man.
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking Acele, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure it was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Acele was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about the machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Jacked up to some snuff station?
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
He appears sincere enough, sire. You could of course be wrong.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
How can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't seen anyone?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
Your percentage keeps getting lower and lower.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
So you've never really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastices own the church? Who are they?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Oh, the founding party. Oh, mask it, humor me. What's the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
Would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches? In your opinion?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity.
Unity.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod as if it's obvious you'll now break into the dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat, nod your head.
Feels good.
Don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse? I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
I don't know if I should ask what a posse is, but I guess I'll do it.
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
It sounds like you're just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise.
Are we?
He looks at you mysteriously.
Yeah!
The one with the large head really enjoys it when his friend gets mysterious. I understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Anduk music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian church.
Yeah! Yakokaka! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on and then dance there, motherfucker!
What's the necktie? I wanted to ask you about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water?
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled, too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Hate to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
It's mixed with a particular chemical, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
What's with all the nosoped?
The what now?
He leans in to hear you better. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe.
Sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have some nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Oh, he picks one up from the corner and hands it to you. Alright, I'm done with this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Ooh. What do I need here? I need logic.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Be careful in there, officer, and tell us how it goes. Yeah, we'll be here. Quick save. Now I have some logic items. That doesn't do it.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Sometime in the past, I'm not sure when and where, but betrayal was involved. I fell sick and became the shadow you see now. Before that, I have reason to believe I was a police detective.
But you still are.
Thank you for your kind words, but everyone in here sees I'm a disgrace to the uniform.
What happened?
Egghead looks serious suddenly. Disco happened.
I've been trying to say we need the next step in dance music to happen fast.
Shut it.
What? I have. I've said that.
Now obviously, that might as well have been 1,000 years ago, but there's still some detective left in me.
The young speed freak is silent. He senses something is wrong.
You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting? This isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
He points at the speaker.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend?
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
That Noshfed is here for its active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
The ether in the air, it's a useful solvent, good for getting acting agent out of the solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
He smiles nervously. There's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
He sounds tired. You're sober. Was it hard for you to keep sober for this meeting?
We don't need drugs to be hardcore.
Shut the fuck up, Egg.
Maybe not today, Egg, but you need drugs to get through the days when you're not expecting me.
Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. Consciousness is new to the universe. We all have our ways to ease the shock.
Bottom line is, I know.
What exactly is it you know?
You tried to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Against the law?
I meant to say, not true.
So what are we gonna do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't care about any of this.
I don't really care. I just wanted to crack the case. Do what you want and I'll do what I want.
Really?
Of course not really. I'm a cop. Really, I wanted to ask you about something else.
You wanted to just ask me about something else?
Or you can tell me what the plan for the church really was.
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revershoal.
Because we are! We totally are!
We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
No, that's not... No. Why do you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
They're not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
So, what now?
This is it. Judgment time.
Give me your cash, ask for a bribe, arrest them, get lost. Let's do it clean. No speed lab, just a club for music. Yeah, we can do it. I know we can.
Yeah!
The young man's smile widens to inhuman proportions, his teeth beam in the floodlight.
I knew it.
The would-be leader drops his spiked head between his knees.
It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for Nordic music with the speed lab.
Exactly.
Now it has a fighting chance.
There would never be a club. You would just... What is this about fish?
There needs to be a club for Nordic music in there. Needs to. Everyone hates each other. Everybody hates it here. It's all just drugs and we're slaves and I can't. We are running out of time. We need a win, Andre. I promise this will be a win. We won't cook speed in there. We'll do it clean. We'll do it true. We'll do it sober and real and beautiful. This will be a victory for the light.
This will be nothing.
Oh, shut up, Shivers.
You can hear the ice crack underneath you. Outside, the last century waterfront development is crumbling in the wind. A grape-shot row of falling houses. And so is Rue de Saint-Jérôme and all the houses on Main Row. The old cinema is sinking underneath Villa La Bosse.
Shivers, I was enjoying their enthusiasm. Does anyone else feel that?
What?
Nothing. Let's call this incident crime prevention, but I have my eye on you.
Okay. We'll try to do it without the drugs.
He raises his head from between his knees.
We'll do a straight club up in there, spinning the maddest reels, and nothing but, I swear to God. Okay, Egg?
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
Alright, that's it for now.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Lip-wristed, premature, ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic, listless, savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
Jeez Louise. -1 hand-eye coordination. Hands shake from the anger of how shit this is. Passives heal +1 morale. Conceptualization passives. And give +10. But I lose hand-eye coordination. Heal +1 morale and give... That's a lot of experience for conceptualization. If passives are what I think they are. I don't know, though. I don't know that I like it. I don't want you hurting my hand-eye coordination. Can't do anything about it right now. I didn't talk to this guy.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speedfreaks' too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and tittles to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked-up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it, though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
Supernatural, so you think it's real and actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Alright, maybe I'll come back later. Let me try talking to Egg one more time.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
It's because I'm in the tequila sunset.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing?
Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
Okay, nope, no luck. I gotta be able to say hardcore back. What if I bring my tape in and talk to him? That was one idea. Get my boombox, put something in it. Ugh, that's not the button. I wanted to look at that, but I can't. Nothing over here, and I still have my bag, so I just need to talk to you now. Go ahead and save. Actually, you know what? Continue.
A shaggy-looking girl, in her late teens or early 20s, kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Acele, the last of the Speedfreaks posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
It must be Acele.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
They did.
Will you help us?
What happens in the tent stays in the tent.
That's cool by me.
She nods knowingly. Child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I have one. I don't have to do anything. I'm the law. You have to do what I said. I shouldn't. I do. Point to your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
She tries to think of something to say.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
I don't care. Is that kind of language necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan.
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
She doesn't appear surprised.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it.
I don't care. I'm loco. I just wanted you to know that I know about the plan.
Okay, but I still regret it. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask, what did you tell them?
Do what you will with your dance club, just no drug labs.
Thank you. I'll get them under wraps, I promise.
The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
What does crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
She shakes her head.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
Alright, what did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger.
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
I'm gonna tell her I believe her.
Why?
Seems too ludicrous for a lie. What would you stand to gain? Strange things happen?
Okay then. They certainly do around me.
Look, we gain experience, and I wonder if I gain experience for picking specific dialogue choices, or if it's just after you talk for a while it throws experience at you. I don't know. I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
She blows on her chilled fingers. What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
Maybe I'll ask later. Well, tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay, maybe I'll ask later about this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Maybe after I fix the church thing. What's the device you have there?
This? It's a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah, any news on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No. You're welcome.
Does this have anything to do with Contact Mike?
Yeah, I record stuff with it.
No, I mean the boxer Contact Mike.
No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
That's not fair. And an understatement.
Contact Mike doesn't just beat people up. Contact Mike is a role model.
An entire litany spews forth.
You heard right. You should try to be more like Contact Mike, a successful athlete and an inspirational figure who has overcome social, physical, and mental obstacles. On second thought, screw Contact Mike. He's not champion. You are. Look at you here in the front of a saggy tent, picking your nose to drug addict music. The world of sports is in awe of your faith and dedication. Let's go with the first one.
Man, you are one weird cop.
This isn't about me. This is about your lack of respect for one of the boxing's greats and for yourself.
What is it with you and this Mike guy?
She pauses. The question is rhetorical.
Okay, if it floats your boat, I'll be more like Contact Mike and less like me.
Yes, that does indeed float my... Self-respect is not meant to float anyone's boat but your own.
I'll keep that in mind for future use.
She turns back to her tape recorder. How does the thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What's the Elysium?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium-going kind of person.
She looks you over, assessing your age. I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind?
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hip beyond my years. Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player and a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right. Time has deserted me.
Sucks, man.
Oh, come on.
Was there something else?
I picked...
About the contact mic, perhaps?
Frick. Had some non-mic questions?
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What are you recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead. What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks and the footsteps.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
I want to give her my hobo hat, not the hat I currently have on. Frick. I can't change it. This is where a hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
I don't want to give her my jacket either. I don't want to give her these things. I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up.
Okay, bye.
Let me save. Alright, what jacket do I not want?
Yes, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's...
Thanks.
Oh, I lost my hat, but I gave 5 experience. She puts it on, it's a bit large for her. Want my jacket?
No, man, fuck that. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fat.
All right, then.
She's shivering a bit.
Well, I gave her my hat. I'm cool with that.
Go ahead.
It's a lot warmer than my cowboy hat would have been. Okay, let's do empathy.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable at your age, at any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
People who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failures with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
Nothing if you got this. Don't be scared. I'm once again reminded of how Contact Mike rose from the slums of St. Bastie's to the top of the boxing world, overcoming adversity and serious brain trauma. Nothing is coming. Nothing he wouldn't knock out in 3 rounds. The real fight is for the right attitude.
I can't believe this turned into another Mike thing. Fine. Okay, I'll stick to it. I'll knock it out in 3 rounds.
She takes the device from you and places it in her lap.
There is little you can do to help her now. But given the chance, you feel like you should. There is something about her. A weightiness. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
Eating me? There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
She shakes her head slowly. I guess there's something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the plight of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off the entrepreneurial class. It's all these foreign people. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. I don't like any of these. Working class?
Oh, really?
The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creator and slave alike. I fear the process is irreversible.
Wow. Social justice really matters that much to you. That's commendable. It really had you shaken up there. Are you sure that's it, though?
I haven't seen much of this world, but from what I've seen, social justice is an adolescent term. Sounds almost liberal. That's what's got me shaken up. People's struggle. No, it's probably not it, is it?
No. It sounds like you just got chick issues.
Chick issues. Now that you mention it, I found these letters I throw in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
Well, first they had the faintest scent of chewing gum on them. I could still smell it. They were written in a woman's hand. And that made me not feel good.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
She rubs her sides for warmth. Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk I completely erased all memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is that?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Thanks for the bullshit psych thing then. You know, I'm not sure this made things any better. Alright, well, I'm gonna at least say thank you.
You're welcome. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten though. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
I'm gonna save game. Okay, I tried asking her about her friends again and that didn't work out, so This is the church they want me to check. I actually want to go back. Because I was just exploring. I totally missed talking to people.